What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to Child of Light, a good little RPG by Ubisoft Montreal. In the previous episode, we had rescued Angus's family, but they were kind of bummed out because he had been a traitor. It's understandable, traitors and snitches get stitches, but we have a whole bunch of skills to allocate right now, and so I'm going to put that right there so that we can go towards /dose. We've got a couple, that's going to put her up to tumble all. Awesome, and then I'll probably take that strength upgrade as well. On this side, for our dear friend Finn, we've got Wildfire rank 2, MP upgrade, cool. We've also got, what's going on right here for Robert? We're going for, what was I going for right here? I was going for something, I keep forgetting. We were going for Hinder All, I believe. Although I kind of like the Sure Shot. We should probably increase his chance to crit. Let's go for that. I know I'm kind of re-diverting randomly right here, but I feel like Sure Shot is a really, really good idea, so we'll go for that right now. Angus has a couple of level ups. That's going to give him a speed upgrade and put him one away from Kiss of Death. And so now we will continue our journey. It's always good to take a little bit of a look around on these maps because they did hide treasure in every nook and cranny you can imagine. Cordelia, sweet sister, hand the moon to me. Aurora, you look wretched, not fit for nobility. A ruler you will never be, when you parade around so commonly. You were always sweet to me. I never liked the way you smiled, or the way you chewed your food, the way you ran through the halls, your cheerful mood. You were a perfect disgrace, and I, Crepusculum, aimed to put you in your place. I wonder if we're just going to be fighting her, if she's going to have like a Dragon Ball... Oh, she does. She has like a Dragon Ball Z-esque final form. I was wondering about that. Let's go ahead and slow people down. I don't know what this thing's going to do so far. I'm going to go for a rain of arrows, and we're just going to try and figure out what happens when we counter these guys. So we're going to get a triple counter right there. Hopefully nothing terrible happens. They all appear to be fairly... Oh, he heals. Okay. So AoEs here are not going to be an option. Okay. A fairly specific way we're going to have to go about this. Worm's Teeth is out for 44 damage through a defend, which is pretty brutal. It looks like I may be trapped in another circle of defending. I'm going to put in Rubella. And we're just going to try and tank and spake this thing. We're going to work these guys one at a time since we don't have an option. On this side, we're going to have to defend again. And so there it is. Glad that I did. And we're going to go all out for Starlight on the front left. I don't think it'll take us that long to take him out. Ooh, more or less immune to that. Okay. Worm's Breath is out. That's going to slow her down. I was wondering if I needed to put out any wound protection or anything. Little bit more damage out. And so I'm thinking... Well... How many bushels do we have here? We have quite a few. Okay, well let me get started with some healing. We'll see if we can make this work. So once she's up at maybe... I mean, she's got to be able to soak more damage than she has right now. That's for surezies. Basically, I'm trying to keep her from having to use her turn throwing a potion right now. Let's go ahead and go for the secondary Starlight. On this side, obviously, we're going to have to bog down and heal for a minute. I am going to put up an ailment protection all at some point. It's just I got to wait for an opening where it's feasible. He's going to gather strength. That's all right. I'm going to attempt to let these two have their turn first. Okay, AoEs are out. A double AoE. Damn. Well, Not sure what I want to do right here. I think if I put in Robert, I run the risk of I could actually drop nukesies on somebody right here. Wasn't the nuke a lot better? And actually, she's a little low on MP right now, so this is a good point at which to use a Fairy Nectar, I think. Buy me a little bit more time following that round of AoEs. Yeah, that'll look nice. And then what we could do over here is we'll go for a heal all on everybody since they don't necessarily need a huge nuke heal. We only need like a little bit of a touch-up. There we go. So we're looking alright now. Still not in the best position, but I am going to have to swap in Robert at some point. God. So much damage being thrown out. I can't really risk that. In a turn-based battle system, the ability to just execute pure attacks is the purest advantage you can have, and so numerical advantage is really... it sticks it to you, and it really hurts your ability to properly adapt to situation. Aurora has to stay in. We have no choice. They're immune to just about everything. Aurora has to stay in. However, that doesn't mean that I can't swap out... I don't think we'll survive if I do that. I'm going to use a Quicken Elixir on her. Once she's got that, I need to see another heal all, I guess. And if we survive this right here, I'll be very surprised. I think the backpedaling has finally come to a head here. In that I'm going to have to do something a little bit drastic in order to make sure that this works out. So I'm going to throw 100% health out right there, and we're just going to reset the fight, sort of. Crippling Strike is out there again. They are really, really focusing on just keeping me slowed the entire time. I don't really know what to do right now because obviously if they AoE, it's going to be game over for us basically. Okay, so we called that one. Called that one. I'm going to keep him slowed. And essentially, I'm out of just about everything right now. We'll throw that out. And we'll defend again. Oh, even better. Okay. Well, let's start out small. I can't even, wager that that's even going to get off. They're just so fast. Okay, and apparently we're dealing with some kind of enrage timer or something now too, which is pleasurable. Yeah, gotta heal again. Going through consumables at way too fast of a rate. Well, there's the Quicken Elixir anyways. Crippling Strike is out, and so for the first time we've actually wasted one of his attacks. What we want to get started on at this point is slowing him down now, so that he's getting way less attacks. And so let's go after that. So now that he's been slowed down suitably, this should be maybe our last round of just sitting around potting all day. On this side, we may finally get to attack. God. He's just so fast. Like, how is he that fast? Like, it's to the point where it's not even... And so now they both landed perfectly right here where we're going to get AoE'd. This is the end of the game right here. We're dead. This AoE is going to kill us because it's going to reset us. And there's nothing we can do about it right now. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to tumble it even with a bonus. Oh, he didn't double AoE. I have no choice but to go for a heal all right here. I'm gonna go for my first Starlight in a while, even though I can almost guarantee you it's gonna get interrupted. I simply don't have enough to keep people up right now. There we go. I think that was about the best move I could have pulled right there. Other than that, I didn't have anything. So... we're stuck defending again. Over here, we're gonna have to take this turn to give her all her magic back. We go for Katagi to cleave right there, even though I know it's not gonna do anything. Forgot they got a counter. Damn. Okay, well. Let's go ahead and do another round of defending. God. And August is going to land his turn precisely where everybody gets to counter him. Did these regrow? Oh, they did. Good. Could definitely use that as a little bit of help right now. His abilities are terrible. Like, I suppose I'll armor him, but I'll have her defend for another turn or something. Still landing perfectly every time where they're going to get a counter. Every single time. God. Okay, well... at this point, I'm deeply regretting playing the game on difficult because it's not even fun at this point. It's just poorly designed. I mean... I'm just gonna go for an attack. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. Oh good, I'm crippled again. How delightfully enjoyable. So there's the negation to everything that I just did. Like, I've got to put in somebody that can actually, like, do something here. Because Ongus kind of sucks, to be honest. He's not that great of a character. There's the expected counter. I'm going to go for a wildfire on him since I have nothing else to use. Still not quite there. Can't land a heal, that's for sure. I don't have enough fairy dust, whatever. Actually, I do. I might be able to make this work. We can defend for another round or something. Okay. And so we may be able to make it another round. Ah. Not unexpected, but still not preferable. So we'll continue our giant backpedal fest. Here, go for another wildfire. You gotta be kidding me, like... And right here, he's gonna outrun me again. He's so damn fast. And it's so you can either slow him or you can... Oh my god. And how long does his slow last? Like, seriously. I don't even know what to say about this fight. Like, with one of these little guys, it would be manageable, but with where it sits right now, it's just like, have fun sitting and defending 24 hours a day. Which, as I understand it, games are supposed to be fun. There's nothing fun about this. Thank you, Jesus. We might as well just defend, because I don't even know what he's going to do right now. Hopefully he just buffs or something. Okay, so she's back in now. Go ahead and have her throw a heal on herself. I'm just going to slow him the entire time. So I don't even know what to really do with this at the moment. I'm going to swap Aurora back in so we can have our light damage finally. And we'll start with a Starlight over here. And I'm just going to keep him slowed the entire time from now on. Go for a heal all. And then eventually, I mean, I never have the opening in which to use an ailment protection, which is why I haven't used it yet. I know everybody's going to be like, you should use ailment protection, but there hasn't been an opening, and that's just the truth of the matter. Every time there's been an opening, I've used it for a heal, basically. It's either heal or die. Slow him down one more time. And We're gonna have to pot on this turn. We will use the Fairy Nectar. Over here, she's gonna have to do the same thing because she's out of mana. Throw whatever extra HP I can on her because obviously she's getting beat down right now. And our plant just regrew, and I saw that out of the corner of my eye, so... I use almost an entire meter right here to get her back up to where she's at fighting strength. She's gonna get outrun. Possibly even paralyzed. That's okay though, because that leaves us finally open for a protection all. Unless that happens. Alright. There. Now this guy can finally piss off. Took long enough. It only took us like, what, 25 minutes to get one spell off that we needed the entire time? God. And I'll point out, for all my complaining, it's not even like the game's hard. It's just like, you put the game on hard and it's like they just make the fights arbitrarily way longer for no reason whatsoever. Like, there's yet to be any fight in the game that's been difficult, quote-unquote. It's just like they extended the... I think they just increased the HP pools of, like, everything to an absurd extent when you increase the game difficulty. Had I known, I would have never increased it. Just make the game go a little bit quicker. Just adds... Basically, all it does is it adds, like, 50 extra rounds of defending into every fight, would be the way that I would describe it. It doesn't make it any more hard, it just adds more defending. And you pounding him with Starlight. Although I'm not sure Starlight is known for its pounding capabilities, but who cares? Alright. So now the goal becomes Project Lockdown. And we also want to make sure that we don't accidentally counter this guy. Because as we saw in the early edge of the fight, countering him is a terrible, terrible idea because he gets a giant nuke heal every time you do it. Not weak to light, surprisingly. So that gives us something to think about elementally. He just happened to target that perfectly. I guess it was a 50-50. So odds were, but still, it fell off at just the right moment. Let's just try for a slash then. Not weak to physical, really, either. Gotta dodge off a little more wish using lined up. I don't think there's anybody terribly well designed to line up right here because we are still gonna need the heals. I suppose what I'll go for is maybe throw a slow potion on him to make this a little bit easier on us. And then we'll just go get going with the physical attacks. Definitely not conducive to an LP, which I think is like the root of my frustration here. Is that the combat system does not... I countered him. I'm dumb. So right here then we would just be forced to defend. It might be better to put in... I don't know. I don't know if paralyzes are even going to be an option in this fight. I would love to get a paralyze off. He may be, or he or she or it or whatever may be immune to it though. Well, that's fine. Waste a turn gathering strength now. I'm going to punish you so hard for how, like, miserable this last 20 minutes have been. I'm going to savor every moment of your murder. Your draconic destruction. There we go. There's the paralyze. So now he's out of the fight entirely. Gives us a little bit of time to get some wish meter. But oh, that fell off quick. God, must have some kind of resistance. And then I'll let this attack through. Oh, it fell off. Okay. So we'll go for another lull elixir right here. Although I could put in Robert and just go for a hinder, but, you know. We'll do a heal all. And then she'll throw out the lull elixir. We've got like dozens of the things anyways, so you might as well. And so slowed down again he is. If I wanted to sound like Yoda for a brief moment. He has increased his damage, assuming that he ever gets a turn again. That is quite terrifying. We will continue the stampede of auto-attacking. I think I'll let his attack go through. That's going to put out a paralyze. I was hoping I would get one of my own, but nope. We will instead try for ailment protection. Oh, she's out of mana again. Okay, let's go ahead and throw a bit more mana on her. We had so many magic potions that never get used while we've been playing through the game that it's like, if you've got them in stock, we're going to go for a double round of defending right here, it looks like. He's going to gather strength. I'm going to put a ailment protection one more time. But anyways, my point is that with like fights like this, tactical variability comes from having a lot of units. You can only have a slow battle if you have a lot of units, because then you've got lots of tactical variability. You've got a very small amount of units. I don't see any point in making a battle last as long as this one has. It just seems sort of pointless. At ease to kind of tire the player out on your own gameplay, which seems counterproductive. Still not dead yet. Go for Worm's Breath right there. Luckily we are armored, so nothing terrible is going to happen from that. We'll throw out a Nuxie's heal right there. He's back up to full speed, so it's probably in our best interest to maybe throw out some kind of lull elixir pretty soon. I think she'll get that off first. There it is. Still not 4 to kills, but almost. Crippling Strike is out, but had no effect. I'm gonna put out another lull elixir. I like it when he's slowed. She's slowed. It's slowed. Whatever slowed. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. That was a dumb mistake on my part. Just wasted one of my bushes. Go for a heal all, like always. I should have been slowing a little bit more aggressively right there. I think I could have gotten an attack off first if I had. How did that fall off so quickly? They said it was for like 5 turns, and I guarantee that was only like 2 turns. Weird things occurring that don't make no sense. I would also appreciate if this thing would die. There we go. So after our hour-long episode of killing one guy, God. Oh my God. I can already... Yeah, it's okay guys, I wouldn't want to watch it either. Feel free to clock out. The moon yours for now shall be, but mother will end you, wait and see. Oh good, there's another boss. Oh wow, we're all dressed up now. Whoa, where did Aurora go? Igniculus, have you become smaller? Maybe it's the light of the moon, but I think you've gotten taller. Who cares what size Aurora is? We just killed a dragon. What a team. Our strength trounced the competition to the extreme. What do we do now? We must recover the sun. To the lowest of the low. Quickly, let us run. Okay, and I'm going to break off the episode right here before it gets any longer. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me in the Nerd Castle for another episode of Child of Light. This one was a little bit slow. I don't blame you guys if you clicked on away. Believe me, I was thinking it too. So I'll see you guys later. I'm going to lower the difficulty in between this episode just because I'm tired of these drawn out fights. I'll see you guys there.